Did you vote for in the gubernatorial election, if you have already voted?
Well, I can presume I did. I didn't yet.
All right.
But develop that.
All right. Why did you vote for him? Or will you vote for him?
Because I think he's the best person in this time, economic time. I think he's got a better handle on what to do about it. Of course, it's not all it's up to the country. But I think he can handle the problems better.
All right. What would you say was the main issue in this election?
I have trouble separating jobs and education. If I have to pick one, I'll say jobs.
All right.
Incidentally, I picked yesterday the top 5 problems each candidate saw, and Charlie Baker didn't mention jobs or education as being among the top 5.
Wow.
So that's why development is your education is what I'm worried about.
Thank you. Do you agree with the way the campaigns were run this fall and this past summer?
All negative, no.
All negative?
Terrible.
How come you think it was too much smearing?
Say that.
How come there was so much negative, do you think? Why wasn't there positive? Why weren't people supporting their candidate instead of tearing the other one down?
I think it's a pretty deep issue. Just to do mean spirit that's developed in the country. We see it on TV. Every talk show is one of these and one of those. So there's two sides, one against the other. You hear it in Congress. I watch C-SPAN a lot. You hear people denigrating the other guys that are talking about what they're going to do. And it has something to do with just the mean-spiritedness and the fact that people nobody has the real answers. So what do? Blame somebody. It's a blame game. What's playing now. And I worry about it. The country wasn't always like this. Politics was a pretty clean business to be in. The politicians may have been crooked, but campaigning wasn't like that. Campaigning is I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put a chicken in every pot. That goes back 100 years, but it still was positive.
All right, and one more question.
Sure.
What do you think of Tim Cahill in this election?
I don't know what to make of Tim Cahill. I don't believe he's got a chance of winning. If he were one of 2 candidates, I'd probably go strictly on party lines and vote for him. There are too many questions of reason about how he's conducted his business of treasurer, and I'm not too fond of it. I don't know what he thinks he's accomplishing right now. I think he's going to hit one side or the other. I haven't figured out which will affect the most. But he's not my favorite.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
We really. You are obviously supporting Charlie Baker. How come?
How come?
Yeah.
Well, who's he up against?
It's up against Deval Patrick, sir.
Yes.
All right.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Patrick is not in working for us. In other words, he's not doing what would help us. The thing is that he is, a lot of people are out of work. But as far as a state worker is concerned, he's got job security as far as he's concerned.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
That's not right. There's a lot of people in state government that we can very well get without or do without.
Mm-hmm.
And he should have cleaned house for a long time, including some people that make over $100,000 a year.
Right.
What they do, he can't explain. Certainly I can't explain. And nobody knows why they have the job. And he doesn't get rid of them. It was proven a couple of times since he's been in office that he hasn't cleaned house.
So would you say jobs are the most important issue in this race?
Of course it is, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Of course it is.
Do you agree with the way the campaigns were run this fall and past summer? Like, was there too much negativity, too much positives? How would you say the TV commercials were?
I wouldn't want to judge on that because when people get desperate
Mm-hmm.
and they're about ready to lose their job, this is what you're going to run into. And right now, they really feel threatened. And that's a natural human reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to find anything they can to make it negative on their opponent. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So That goes without saying. And of course, that's the incumbent. Now, the guy on the other end of the stick, he's got to fight back.
Yep.
So that starts off the whole thing. Okay. And, you know, I think the electorate is intelligent enough so that they can understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a human type of thing, and every one of you people have been confronted with the same kind of thing. Somebody comes at you, well, what are you going to do? Walk away? You know, I know the Christians say turn the other cheek, but that never works.
All right, so one final question, sir. How do you think Tim Cahill affected this election?
I would say he hasn't.
You would say he didn't affect Charlie Baker's campaign or Deval Patrick's campaign?
If there was any effect, it was equal on both sides.
All right.
All right. I mean, why he got in it at all is a question to me, because he seems he was comfortable with where he was. But evidently he saw something that a good many of the rest of us never saw, and the poll numbers point that out. And I think that, you know, basically he's affected both of them about equally. I can't see that he's really offered an option that was really viable.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Well, you said you're supporting Charlie Baker in the election.
Yes,
what was
I
the main issue that you thought when you were voting?
He's a fiscal conservative. I think he did a great job at Harvard Health. Like some think he's brilliant. I do too.
What was like the main reason you voted for him?
Well, you know, Deval Patrick is a Democrat, and we had a Democratic House and we had a Democratic Senate, and they never seemed to be able to get anything done right. And so at least in Massachusetts, if we can balance, you know, at least have one party as the governor, we're not going to change the House and the Senate. You know, maybe we'll get 6 or 7 Republicans. That'll be about it.
Yep. Are you registered with a certain party, or are you?
I'm registered as a Republican. Florence is an Indian.
Do you agree with how the campaigns were run this year, or do you think there was too much smear?
Well, I think, I don't think there's enough respect for either a particular position, such as a governor or the president or a senator or whatever. And I think there's too much negativity.
So
I think that if they focus just on the issues, I think we'll all be better.
Yep. And what do you think of Tim Cahill in this election? Do you think he had an effect either way?
I think he was quite a Don Quixote jousting with windmills. I don't know why he stayed in.
Yeah.
You know, now there's all sorts of conspiracy theories. Either, you know, most people believe that Deval Patrick supported him because he was so close to Racing Baker. But you know, last I looked, he only had 6% in the poll. Super sad. Whatever.
All right. Well, thank you very much.